Good morning, this is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Seeing just a few clouds around to start today with some slightly breezy conditions. We have just recently canceled the wind advisory, so we're all clear at the time with just some slightly breezy winds. Did see some showers and storms push through the area over the last evening. That has since pushed out of here with the front pushing off the coast, and should see a fairly quiet day ahead with just some slightly breezy conditions, but partly cloudy to mostly sunny overall with no precipitation or lightning expected. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we can see that boundary just off to our east-southeast, and we'll continue pushing away from the coast. We'll see this area of high pressure build in over the local region. Is going to influence the weather, keeping things quiet as we move through the day today. And as it drifts north of the local area, we'll see it bring an onshore component to the wind as we get into tomorrow, keeping things a degree or two cooler, but still looking at fairly quiet and slightly breezy conditions for tomorrow as well. Current conditions this morning, just a few clouds around 3,000 feet and scattered at 5,500 feet. Winds are out of the northwest, 12 knots, gusting up to 19 knots. Temperature 51 degrees. Relative humidity is at 66%. Take a look at the current visible satellite. We still can see some lingering clouds around the area. Most of the cloud cover off the coast with that boundary, and we'll continue to move off the coast again. Partly cloudy as we move through the morning, and then we should see more of a mostly sunny sky as we get into the afternoon time frame. We'll take a look at the European model here, see what we can expect the next couple of days. Again, as that front pushes off the coast, precipitation and lightning will be out of the area. Not expecting any of that as we move over the next 48 hours as high pressure influences the local area. We'll be looking at fairly seasonable temperatures moving through the day today into the evening as well as into tomorrow. Again, we see that high pressure to our north, bringing more of an onshore component to the winds as we start the day and move through the day for tomorrow. So it's going to keep things slightly cooler, but still fairly seasonable for this time of year. And then going into tomorrow evening, we'll see that more of a southerly component picking up to the wind. It's going to keep tomorrow evening fairly mild. And then the system tracks well to the northwest of the area. It's going to bring a warm boundary through the area overnight with that southerly flow, bringing in some warmer temperatures. Moving into our Thursday, looking very mild. Once again, back up into the 70s for our high on Thursday. And as we move through the day on Thursday, as you see here, a few spots of light precip, just indicating a very low-end chance of maybe an isolated light sprinkle or shower. Otherwise, we'll see mostly cloudy conditions through the day and not expecting anything significant other than some breezy conditions. As you can see, this tight pressure gradient ahead of this boundary off to the northwest. Should stay off to the northwest through working hours on Thursday. Going into the evening, European model keeps it kind of stalled to the north for the evening. GFS model does bring that down south, possibly bringing some shower activity into the area, but still some disagreement there as we move into the end of the work week. Looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, overall looking pretty good, keeping a yellow risk for winds at or above 25 knots as we move through the morning hours. I do expect those winds to gradually decrease as we move through the day today, but can't rule out maybe a brief period of those winds spiking as we move through the morning before they start to decrease. Moving through the remainder of the day, our peak winds will be over the next couple hours out of the northwest 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 23 knots, and gradually diminishing down to a north-northwesterly wind 7 to 12 knots, gusting to 17 knots as we get into the later part of the afternoon. As mentioned, overall partly cloudy this morning, becoming mostly sunny as we get into the afternoon. Just a few clouds around 3,000 feet, possibly a scattered deck at times, but mostly sunny overall. We'll see our high temperature climbing up to around 59 degrees this afternoon. Clear skies as we go into the evening, and then building in just a few high clouds around the area. We'll see light and variable winds becoming northeasterly to easterly as we get into the start of the day on Wednesday, and we'll see our low temperature down to around 40 degrees. Tides are running normal, and as we go into our Wednesday, we'll see partly cloudy conditions. Could see some mostly cloudy conditions at times. We'll have that slightly breezy onshore flow. It does look like we'll stay below wind advisory criteria, a few knots below that limit. So looking at green conditions at this time for our Wednesday. Otherwise seasonable with a high around 57 degrees. Wednesday evening, we'll continue to see slightly breezy conditions out of the south. do potentially have the potential to see some slightly stronger gusts, so we do pick up a yellow risk for winds at or above 25 knots. In addition to that, low-level moisture providing possibly some low clouds around the area, so we do have that yellow risk for reduced ceilings and visibilities as well. Overall, partly to mostly cloudy, chance of that low clouds, and slightly breezy, mild with a low around 50 degrees. Another warm day for Thursday. As we get back into that warm sector, we'll see mostly cloudy conditions overall. We'll see breezier conditions, orange risk for those winds at or above 25 knots. Good chance of seeing a wind advisory for Thursday. And again, that very slight chance of an isolated shower, but not a lot of confidence in that, and would be brief and not very significant. So otherwise warm, highs up to around 74 degrees. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.